All right, here we are back in another Stormgate cast, and this one is again going to star my buddy Dutchy, the miasma abuser, in the blue infernal here, already sending out a couple impies, and his opponent is going to be none other than the dumdumDumbNoob, dumdumDumbNoob, and dumdumDumbNoob is going to be playing here in the red Vanguard. Look at this. Woo! Red Vanguard. And he's opened with a command post. So this style of play is still popular, I guess. With the new eco, going shrine or command post first is even more viable. You've got more workers at the beginning. You've got more money coming in every tick. But looks like the miasma abuser Dutchy has opened with a vault into a very fast farm, and we saw this in the last game that I cast, which is, I think this is for early Fellhog generation as a defensive measure against maybe things like a bunker rush or maybe quick Lancer push. I'm not sure exactly the pressure that might be expected, but that's what my thought is behind that farm. Oh, this poor imp's just trying to stay alive. Run back to your defensive forces here. Or just fight, yeah. And the scout has to run away. And what do we got back for the dumdumDumbNoob? We have a Lancer popping out of the first racks. And it looks like the scout's on the way home after eating some cabbage to go help that Lancer. And maybe another Lancer that might pop out. Let's see. We do have another command post on the way here. And is it another Lancer? Two Lancers queued up. Queuing up the Lancers. And it's Brutes so far out of Dutchy. Brutes and Fiends creep in the health camp. There's our Conclave and a third shrine as well. So both of these players opting for fast eco. dumdumDumbNoob is a little bit faster because as a Vanguard player you can speedy build your command post. And that's what we indeed saw. And so let's see, he's already on 10 and 4 here. With 2 here and 5 here. So that's 17 workers on Luminite. Let's do a quick count over here for Dutchy. Dutchy's got 10 on Luminite here with 6 on Therium, 4 and 1. So just a little behind in the worker production, although there was maybe just a different allocation on Therium. That's interesting to note. Mostly because our Infernal players have to sacrifice their imps to make buildings, which means even though they can produce imps at the same rate, they tend to fall behind the worker production of a Vanguard player. Vanguard players, of course, have to deal with the fact that Bobs do not like to listen to their instructions. So that's probably just a balance thing. Bobs don't listen to what you tell them, and imps sacrifice their lives. It's just fair that way. I'm sure that's intentional. If not, well, too bad, I guess. Too bad right now, because that's just the way Bobs are. They're not very smart. Dutchy's trying to get as many camps as he can right now, it looks like, while we're now seeing dumdumDumbNoob moving out with the small Lancer force. That was cool. Taking out the... I didn't see this. You'll often see a camp like that go down early for a Celestial player, maybe using Seraphims or maybe using their Evolution Catalyst top bar ability, which allows them to nullify a camp, of course. But I haven't really seen the Vanguard players taking out those camps early, and it looked like it was probably a Lancer thing. Maybe some micro. And these Fiends are just trying to be annoying here. They did force that camp to be recaptured. They didn't get to capture it. And splitting Fiends, some of them trying to capture the Therium here, but I think they'll be taken out as well, or at least chased away. And it looks like that may have forced these units to pull back. I didn't quite see if they got all the way to the ramp here. They did come and take this speed camp. So it looks like the Fiends are probably going to try and take that back. But it looks like they might be speedy enough to get back there in time. So the dog is forcing the Fiends, or blocking the Fiends from capturing. And then the Fiends get taken out, of course. And Dutchy's retreating back to his mines, maybe hoping that these Lancers are going to engage into the mines. A nice Nightfall infestation. Fellhogs get taken out. One mine gets triggered. Oh! Was that intentional? Or maybe that Lancer got aggroed on the effigy there. But it was kind of a nice micro move as the single Lancer took out the mine. That Lancer is low, but a promote keeps him alive for now. And a lot of brutes focus firing down on these Lancers, causing them to get very low. One goes down. And dumdumDumbNoob is going to pull back. Now, once again, attacking up into this very defensive position that Dutchy has set up. I think Dutchy's defensive position here is well thought out. Now, we did see the farm go down again. I wonder if that's kind of the point of the farm. It's just to be part of the wall and take hits. But so far in this game and in the previous game, I cast out farm on the ramp there has been very integral to this defense against early pressure, if you want to call that this. Now with the faster eco, we're sort of already into mid-game with tier 2 and upgraded units out on the map. Here comes a Vulcan as well. These Exos just tanking the bruiser right there. It's just a brave Exo taking punches straight to the face. And again, we're seeing some skulls out here for some scouting. The Vulcan knocks down the trees and is going to plow through this farm. Now that's a scout farm. It does not supply block Dutchy because scout farms and ramp farms, they tend to be extra. And ooh, a couple of Hexen do go down. There are some nice miasmas here. And dumdumDumbNoob has to kite away to stay out of the miasma, but so many go down. Nice target fire from Dutchy to basically coat the field with his miasma bubbles. And dumdumDumbNoob is in retreat, and he did just murder one of his Exos, probably because the Exo spoke back to him. I hate it when people speak back, so you know, maybe they just shot him for that. I'm guessing that's what it was. What else could it be? I wouldn't assume this player is a dumdumDumbNoob and would just accidentally kill one of his own units. Oh wait, he is a dumdumDumbNoob. Maybe that is what he did. My bad. We'll see. Now these units are kind of low because of all the miasmas they had to stand in, and we need medtechs here. That's something that's could be very helpful. There is a single medtech here. Here's one way you can get some extra juice out of that single medtech is build a little sentry post and stick them inside. Now all of a sudden you got one of these med stations that heals all your units. Pretty cool. I like that some players have been starting to do that. I've seen that. I think it was Mixu using that in a recent tournament game, probably in the Arrail Stormgate number 3 that was happening last weekend. It's cool stuff. And of course those nano swarms are useful if you're... Ooh, I hate to see that. I was just talking about how important those medtechs are right now because of the low units. Ouch. Ouch. No tanks. So what was happening there is those infested units were dying because they were so low, and then the tanks were attacking their own units with the splash damage again. So the Fiends here are... I would unsiege my tanks here almost. They keep warming up to take their shot, but they don't, there we go. There's a shot fired. And those tanks are being left up on the high ground? That doesn't seem... That's probably a mistake. That's probably a dumdumDumbNoob mistake. Some good miasmas here, but also good movement from dumdumDumbNoob to try and keep it. Well, now he's standing in the miasma bubbles. He's just microing forward, and we hear so many of those exos going down. And now look how low those Vulcans are. Oh my goodness. And then all of those infested units are turning into fiends. And that is the double curse. Sometimes you think, hey, I can just stand in this miasma and take it. I'm dealing damage. But any units that are dying are turning into fiends. That's just going to add more punishment here. Now I think he notices that these tanks were sieged up. And they are unfortunately going to be sacrificed here. Yeah, just turn and fight. This is awesome. And look at this. Look at how tanky the tank is. Pretty good. I like that. I haven't really seen unsieged tanks that much, but I've heard they're actually quite good. Of course, you feel like you want that siege tank ability, that splash damage. But sometimes it's maybe just valuable to fight in the unsieged. Unsieged stance? I don't know. What is that? Formation? So we are progressing here into the mid to late game here. We are at about 100, half of our total supply here. Dutchy's up to 164, while dumdumDumbNoob is about 40 behind there. Of course, this composition from dumdumNoob could really help. A few of these good tank shots could really do damage to some of these weak units. There's a lot of fiends here, which kind of overinflates the lead that Dutchy has here. And again, those Hexen, they're kind of light. If you get some good splash on them, especially from Vulcans or the tanks, all of a sudden you can wipe out a large number of them. So there is a possibility for a comeback here from dumdumNoob with a good engage. Now here's a possible engage. And so many good miasmas here that these units have to basically full on retreat. There's a system shot. Oh my goodness, it's a huge just train of miasmas. These units are just being forced to run around and around, nonetheless still taking so much damage from the miasma. If this is miasma abuse, then indeed Dutchy is living up to his alt's name. I think he's doing his best to show to Frost Giant that you have overtuned miasma once again. I personally, as an Infernal player, I'm like, okay, it kind of seems good. It kind of seems right. This is good. But so far, it's been very hard. There were so many amazingly targeted miasmas from Dutchy here. And again, as these units just try and move forward, it's boom, immediately covered in bubbling goo. And there's nothing you can do but just walk out of it. A few units get aggroed forward, and they're going to take that infest and more miasmas. Hellborn's attacking into that miasma. The Helicarrier doing its absolute best to just try and get some damage, but now the Hellborn have found it with their flying fireballs, and bye-bye. That is